Hi, I'm Judy Griffin with Aroma Health Texas. We're going to talk about a meditation blend today that then we can turn into a personal signature. If you're going to be into aromatherapy, you have to have your personal signature. So I'll keep coming up with new ones for you to try to see if that's what really works for you as a personal fragrance. So we're going to start our meditation with our low notes, obviously, and either in a 1/2 ounce or if you want an ounce, but I suggest 1/2 ounce amber glass bottle. You're going to add 15 drops of frankincense, 15 drops of sandalwood. All these will be repeated and typed for you in the description below the video in case you don't get it all written out. It's 15 drops of frankincense, 15 drops of sandalwood, and I like my Sori sandalwood, and just 5 drops of Labdanum. And if you like, it can be optional though, put in 2 drops of Patchouli. So we haven't really talked about Patchouli, we've talked about the other low notes, and Patchouli is a relaxing low note that lowers the pain threshold, and it puts you into better moods. On the skin, it reduces wrinkles and increases collagen, and it's excellent for cracked, dry skin. It helps people with inflammatory bowel disease, so if you know someone with that, it could be good to make a blend and actually rub a little bit on their tummy. It lowers staph and MSRA, and it's an antifungal. You can use it to lower your appetite. I think it's personal whether it does that or not. And it helps to reduce or help oily hair to balance out. Now it does affect blood clotting. So if you have blood thinners that you take, or a bleeding disorder, or high bleeding time, which means you bleed easily, thinner blood, then you don't want to use patchouli. And if you're going into surgery or after surgery right away, you don't want to use patchouli until you've finished your 6 weeks after your surgery. It can have a topical reaction, but mostly it doesn't. Mostly it's whether you like the smell or not. Some people can't get enough of it and they think it's an aphrodisiac, and that's personal too, and others just don't really care for it. Therefore, in this blend, I just used a little bit and I used it as an option. But if you like patchouli, help yourself. Have more patchouli in this blend, it will be just fine. Aged patchouli, which is aged for at least a year, is the preferred type of patchouli, and it's much, much stronger. So if you have that, you want to just drop in 1 drop at a time and see how your blend goes before you just add 15 drops, okay? So what's good about this blend is it's not only good for meditation, but it's also a low note blend that you can take and put it in a small dram 3.7 milliliter bottle, and it needs to be glass with a screw-type lid that fits very tightly. And you can put this aside. Let's say you really like this blend or you're going to use it for meditation often. Well, make some for today and then make some or make any leftovers in a small bottle, put it aside, let it rest. The longer it rests, for at least a month, the better. And then, you'll have it ready to go anytime. But you can use this low notes to have a meditation blend. You don't have to have all the top note and this, that, and the other. But these particular essences, essential oils, go really well together. And the low note is long-lasting, so it helps the person, create the kind of environment that they can really go within and then move out into the universe. And if you want to make it into a higher note blend, either for a personal signature type perfume or as a meditation blend, because for me, I do well with higher notes in there because it really helps me experience the beauty from within and the love that creates all nature. So if we do that, now we can be totally complete with this low note meditation blend, okay? We're done. But if we want to, we can add 30 drops of jasmine, and if you're making a large blend, like a 1 ounce blend, you're probably going to have to go to 45 to really get a lot of jasmine in there. We haven't really talked a lot about jasmine, so I want to do this now and know that you can either put the jasmine in with your meditation blend, or you can make a personal signature blend perfume by adding jasmine. Jasmine has 2 different types of jasmine, and we use both of them in aromatherapy. The Sambac is the one that's real sultry and intoxicating. It's the one that many people are more familiar with. It goes great with a meditation blend. It's both spiritual and sensual, so it adds the best and a most emotional depth and character to any blend. And jasmine is one of the essential oils that you can use. It'll blend with any other essential oils. So you really have a lot of freedom here, and it's good to learn about it so you know when to use it. Because there's a different type of jasmine essential oil, and it's called Grandiflora. And that is an absolute, it's made differently from the Sambac. They're 2 different plants. The Grandiflora has bigger flowers. They both have to be harvested before dawn, so you have to get up in the middle of the night to catch the fragrance of these flowers. The Grandiflora has that classic floral harmony. It's elegant. It has a little bit of a citrus from linalool in it, scent, so it's lighter. It really raises you up. I mean, it's very, not so much stimulating, but awakening to your awareness, where the Sambac is more sultry and it's deep, has a deep feeling and scent to it. It takes 8,000 jasmine flowers to make 1 milliliter, which isn't very much, it's like a 1/12 of an ounce or less, of essential oil. And the Grandiflora is done with a solvent extraction. It's not steam distilled. These flowers are so delicate that you add heat to it and it just goes away. So nothing happens as far as getting the fragrance. I use also an enfleurage method where I press a new batch of flowers every day into a fat, and you do it over and over and over again until you get the aroma saturated into that. And that, of course, is the ancient way of using jasmine. And I like history and ancient ways of using flowers, so I enjoy that. Both of your jasmines can be used as a heart note. That's your middle note. You want to use a lot. It's going to carry your blend. And with jasmine, now it does blend with everything, but if you want to use it alone, because really jasmine is great, you know. If you're a jasmine person, you just love the smell of jasmine, you really don't need to be adding a lot more into your middle note. But if you like, you could use Tuberose, which is another expensive one, just 10 drops. It's highly floral, it's soothing to the skin, and it's best with the Grandiflora jasmine. And Tuberose, it grows in Texas, it's a bulb, and the fragrance is just out of this world. It's different It's just, it just surprises you. It's so aromatic. And you could put other things with jasmine if you like, and less expensive. You could use geranium, you could use clary sage, you know, some of the standards that we've used a lot. And that's up to you. And you would just use 10 drops of other essential oils with your jasmine. Then if we're going to have, this is a tricky top note, and I thought I'd bring it in just for this reason, but jasmine goes so well with orange, some type of orange. There's 4 different oranges. I do a whole video about those about a year ago. It's called the 4 Oranges, and they all come from the same tree, and they all smell differently and have different properties. So the Orange Floral Absolute is the one that I would put in this high note for bringing out jasmine, and because it's very floral, it is wonderful. It's made from the same flower as neroli, but it's made differently. It's in more of an absolute. It's not heated and distilled at all. And it's interesting, you have the same flower and you have 2 totally different essential oils that come out of it that really smell different to me. And I didn't think there was anything I liked better than neroli, but orange flower is one that I do. It's wonderful. It helps with anxiety and moods and depression. 12% of all the major perfumes on the market have orange flower in them. And you'll also find it in Oriental blends very often. Although you could use bergamot, which is a much less expensive substitute. It is an orange, and it's in colognes. You'll find bergamot used universally in colognes, and the orange flower used in the high quality perfumes. And even if you don't make one today, someday you may have the means to make one of these, and I want you to try it. Let's see here. One thing that I'd like to say about orange flower is commercially it's often used as a fixative, as a low note. Here we're using it as a high note. And I love these essences that are essential oils that can sometimes be used in different ways. So today we're using it as a high note in a personal signature blend. But if we wanted to, we could add it to that meditation blend. Now I would put 30 drops into a Grandiflora blend or Sambac as a high note. As a low note in the meditation blend, you don't need as much. You could use 10 to 15 drops. It's quite fragrant. You will definitely smell it, and it blends so well with all the other low notes that we talked about today. And I would say probably most low notes. If you don't have the money, like I said, you could use bergamot and get bergaptan free, because it's not difficult for your skin. Some people with bergamot or any orange can get a rash or a sensitivity to it. But you could also use sweet orange, which is very inexpensive, and it'll blend real well with your jasmine. It won't be as perfumey and exotic, but it will go well in your perfume, and it would be able to be used as a substitute for sweet orange flower or bergamot in your meditation blend. And again, you'd use about 15 drops in the meditation blend and 30 drops in a perfume blend. Now you can find these essential oils on our website, Aroma Health Texas. If you don't, just give me an email or a call or contact me through YouTube, because I don't always put everything on the website, because some things are seasonal and it's whether I have it or not. And if you'd like us, and subscribe and share on social media, that would be great. And we'll see you back next week. We'll probably start doing some massage oil blends. See you. Bye-bye.